We are happy to be here. I'm Cousin Mel, the only one in town, and that's probably a darn good thing. Want to dedicate this song to a friend of mine, Glenn Keith. Glenn, if you can hear us right now, this is especially for you, buddy. I know you've been on Highway 40. You're the one that sold me the Whizzer, and that changed my whole life, buddy, and I had so much fun on that thing. Glenn, just for you, miles and miles of Texas. I was born in Louisiana, down on that old bayou, raised on shrimp and catfish and mama's sweet gumbo. I got that rambling fever, said goodbye to Ma and Pa. I crossed that old Red River, and this is what I saw. That's right. Yeah, I saw miles and miles of Texas, all the stars up in the sky. Yeah, I saw miles and miles of Texas, gonna live here till I die. The Blues Band, Richie Blue, yeah. All right. Taught him everything he knows. I rode up into Austin, the cradle of the West. Just ask any cowboy, he'll tell you it's the best. I met a blue-eyed cutie, got friendly with her paw. I looked into her big blue eyes, and here's what I saw. That's right. Yeah, I saw miles and miles of Texas, all the stars up in the sky. Yeah, I saw miles and miles of Texas, gonna live here till I die. Cousin Jeff, are you with us? I started riding Broncos. Pretty good, huh? How'd you roll? I met up with a tough one. They call him the Devil Joe. I forgot the words to the song. I looked in, and you can sing along. Play it, Roger. Yeah. I'll try that last verse one more time. I started riding Broncos in every rodeo. I met up with a tough one. They called him the Devil Joe. I threw the reins around him, climbed up on that old outlaw. And when he threw me from that saddle, guess what I saw? That's right. Yeah, I saw miles and miles of Texas, all the stars up in the sky. Yeah, I saw miles and miles of Texas, gonna live here till I die. Yes, I'm gonna live here till I die. That's it, folks. All right. We were all in tune today. How about that? Is that it? All right, it's up to them now.
Every night I sit beside my window, staring down a lonely avenue, watching lovers holding hands and laughing, thinking about the things we used to do. Well, I think about things like a walk in the park, things like a kiss in the dark, things like a sailboat ride. What about the night we cried? Things like a lover's vow, things that we don't do now, thinking about the things we used to do. Memories are all I have to cling to, heartache's all the friends I'm talking to. When I think about how much I love you, I'll be thinking about the things we used to do. Yeah, thinking about things like a walk in the park, things like a kiss in the dark, things like a sailboat ride? What about the night we cried? Things like a lover's vow, things that we don't do now. Thinking about the things we used to do. Oh, play one. Well, memories are all I have to cling to. Heartaches are the friends I'm talking to. When I think about how much I love you, I'll be thinking about the things we used to do. Well, thinking about things like a walk in the park, things like a kiss in the dark, things like a sailboat ride. What about the night we cried? Things like a lover's vow, things that we don't do now. Thinking about the things we used to do. Thinking about the things we used to do. Walking down this lonely avenue. Things for our good friend Mike Keeney Sr. out there. Well, the day that I met you, you were meek as a lamb, just the kind to fit my dreams and plans. Now the pace we're living is taking the wind from my sails. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when she gets through with me. I'm losing weight and turning mighty pale. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. Every night she'd drag me where the bright lights are found. Just no way to slow her down. I'm about as helpless as a leaf in a gale. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when she gets through with me. I'm losing weight and turning mighty pale. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. Jeffrey. Every night she'd drag me where the bright lights are found. Just no way to slow her down. I'm about as helpless as a leaf in the gale. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when she gets through with me. I'm losing weight, turning mighty pale. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. Well, it looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. Oh. Well, this old smoke-filled bar is something I'm not used to. I gave up my home to see you satisfied. In here, the atmosphere's just right for heartache. It's not much, but I feel welcome here inside. And I got swinging doors, a jukebox, and a bar stool. My new home has a flashing neon sign. Stop by and see me any old time you want to, because I'm always here at home till closing time. Well, I got everything I need to drive me crazy. I got everything it takes to lose my mind. I just called to let you know where I'll be living. And thanks to you, I'm always here till closing time. And I got swinging doors, a jukebox, and a bar stool. My new home has a flashing neon sign. Stop by and see me anytime you want to, because I'm always here at home till closing time. Yes, I'm always here at home till closing time.
All right, welcome back to the Central Valley Buzz, everybody. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. I'm standing here with Cousin Mel and the Skyliners. All right. Now, tell me, I know where you get the Cousin Mel, that's you, but where do you get the Skyliners from?
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Please.
All right. We started playing out at Cherry Oaks. Now, keep in mind, these guys all do their own music. We came together as a group, one at a time, and Roger says, we got to have a name for this thing. And lo and behold, they called it Cousin Mel and the Skyliners.
And the
Well,
Skyliners-
that doesn't answer my question at all,
I can
Mel.
answer that
Okay.
All right, you answer the
behind
question.
that, Roger's got
There
it.
was a club that
Okay.
Hank Williams was going to the night he died. It was called the Skyline Club. Johnny Horton left that club the night that he died. It was called the Skyline Club. The house band was called the Skyliners with a Z.
Wow.
that's
So
we
this
thought.
is a little eerie,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So,
Yes.
And since we do a lot of the Hank and Johnny Horton stuff like that, and just it's a tribute to that band. That
I think it's Roger Perry keeping it dark.
Well, of course.
That's what it is. We can go ahead and introduce. We have one of the finest musicians in Fresno, Roger Perry, right over here. Harmonica player extraordinaire, Jeff Halleck, right here. Bluesman Richie Blue, right here. And Cousin Mel. Now, you guys are playing over at the Cherry Auction? Mm-hmm. And what days?
Every Tuesday from 9 till 11 in the summertime, and every Saturday, the middle two Saturdays from 9 to 12.
Awesome. Anywhere else you guys are playing?
Well, whatever comes up, we'll be at the Carruthers Fair. We'll be at
Nice.
the Farmers Market in Clovis, and we always got something coming up around the corner.
Fresno Grand Ole Prix, October 18th.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, we're going to take off for the day. I want to remind you guys that tomorrow on the show, coming in from Detroit, Michigan, we have the Reverend Nuge is going to be here on the show with us, along with his favorite local comedian, Asian comedian Richard Lee will be in the house with us tomorrow. The Perseus Maximus might be here. We might get a visit from Manly True. Who knows? Now, we're going to close out the show with Cousin Mel and the Skyliners, everybody.
All right. Goodbye, Joe. Well, we're going to start over again. Goodbye, Joe. Me gotta go, me oh my oh. Me gotta go pull my pirogue down the bayou. Well, my Avon, sweetest one, me oh my oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. Well, jambalaya, crawfish pie, Philly gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see Mama Cheromeo. Big guitar, fill fruit jar, and be gay, oh. Son of a gun, we'll have big fun on the bayou. All right, Jim, play that.
Get back, Mel!
All right, Richie Blue. I'm walking that floor over you. I can't sleep a wink, that is true. I'm hoping and I'm praying that my heart won't break in two. I'm walking that floor over you. Well, someday you may be lonesome too. You'll find walking that floor is good for you. Just sit right down, honey, and have yourself a bride. Remember, I love you, honey, and I will the day I die. Where? Cousin Roger. Well, someday you may be lonesome too. You'll find walking that floor is good for you. Just sit right down, honey, and have yourself a cry. Remember, I love you, honey, and I will the day I die. Yes, I'm walking that floor over you. Becky, can you hear me? It's a beat, that is true. That's my wife. 45 years. I'm praying that just the other day, August 19th, I'm walking that floor over you. Yes, I'm walking that floor over you. One more time. Yes, I'm walking that floor over you. I want to tell my wife, will you let me in the house when I get home or I'm going to be locked out? I'm going to turn it over to the band. All right.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. The sad blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, what's going on?
That's like our show.
Yeah, this isn't right.
This is a different thing.
Yeah, take that. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Blue moon, blue moon, blue moon, keep it shining bright. Blue moon, keep on shining bright. We're gonna shine down on my baby tonight. Blue moon, keep it shining bright. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. I said blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. Well, it was on a moonlit night, stars were shining bright. I whispered on high, my love said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. Play it, Jeff. keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. Blue moon, blue moon, blue moon, keep it shining bright. Blue moon, keep on the shining bright. We're gonna shine down on baby tonight. Blue moon, keep it shining bright. Want to sing Folsom Prison for us, Richie?
Want me to get it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I hear that train a-comin', rolling down the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. And the train keeps moving on down to San Antone. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. Well, I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Well, I hear that train a-comin', I hang my head and I cry. Well, if they'd freed me from that prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line. I'd be far from Folsom Prison, that's where I'd like to stay. Well, I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Take it on out of here, Jeff. Yeah. Well, if they'd freed me from that prison, if that railroad train was mine, I bet I'd move, I forgot my hat, farther down the line. I'd be far from Folsom Prison, that's where I'd like to stay. Well, I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Yes, I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Goodbye from Mr. Johnny Cash. All right.
CentralValleyTalk.com